Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to clone or copy a list. So let us say I have a list which contains a number of elements. Now I want to copy all these elements in the list into some other list. Okay, so how we can copy this? There are many ways we can do. So one is by using slicing technique, and we can also use extend method. We can also use list method. We can also use copy method, and also we can use list comprehension where we have to write a loop statement. Okay, now we'll see how we can do this by using different approaches. Now let's go to PyChamp. Now I'll just create a new Python file. I will name it as clone or copy list. Now let's take a Python file. So here the approach one is I want to use a slicing technique. So for that, what I have to do is let me just define a list variable. Let's say my list equal to, and here I will add some of the values into my list. Let us say I have 4, 8, 2, 10, 15, and 18. Now here I want to copy the same list of items into some other list. So for that, I'll create one more list variable. Let's say my list copy, my list underscore, I'll say copy. This is another list variable I'm creating. Now I want to copy all these elements into this particular variable. For that, what I can do is I'll say my list of, here just use colon. This is a slicing operator. So basically we can use this slicing operator to extract the range of values. Normally here we specify the starting index, ending index. So if I don't specify the starting and ending index, it will read all the elements from the beginning to end. So after reading all the elements from this list, again store the same elements into this particular variable. This is again become list variable, my list underscore copy. Now after that, again I am printing the copied list. So print, I just say my list underscore copy. That's it. So now let us execute. Then it will give you copy. So this is a message which is this is the list which is printed from my list underscore copy. All right, so this is one thing. So using slice operator, we can capture the elements from the list and we can store that into some other list variable. This is one approach. So there is one more approach. By using extend method also we can do this. So let me just comment this. So we can also use extend method. Let's say I'll define my list, and here I have few number of elements. After that, I will also define one more list variable. Let's say my list underscore copy, and I'll make this list is empty list. I don't have anything in this particular list variable. There's no value. Then what I can do here is I can just use extend method. So this is empty list. It doesn't have anything. Now I'm extending this list with existing my list. So when I say my list, what happens is this list doesn't have any values. Now the empty list is extended with my list. So my list is also having some values here, right? So those values will be added to this particular list. Previously this list is empty, it doesn't have anything. Okay, and after that I will just print this particular my list copy. Okay, so let me just execute. So it will also print the same values from this my list. So extend is method basically it will extend the existing values. For example, let us say my list copy is also having some values. Let's say I have 10, 20, and 30. 3 values we have in the my list. Now when I say my list underscore copy dot extend my list, so whatever values we already there in the my list underscore copy, the new values will be appended to the or extended to the existing values. Now when I run this code, it will print like this: 10, 20, 30 we already there in my list underscore copy, and the new values will be extended with the existing values. Similarly, if I don't have anything here, that is an empty copy list. So now I am extending this empty copy list with the new values. So then it is having the same copy of elements. So this is a one more approach. By using extend method, we can create one more copy of the list. So this is one approach. Let me comment this. Now we'll see the next approach. We can use list method also. We can use a list method. So here again, I'm just defining the list. Let's say my list equal to the same number of elements. And here I will create another list variable. Let's say my list underscore copy. My list underscore copy equal to, suppose I want to store this list of items into some other list variable. simply what I can do is I can say use a list method, list of, and specify the list variable name, that is my list. That's it. So what this list method will do is this method will add all the elements from this my list into this particular another variable, my list underscore copy. So list method will copy all these elements from this my list into my list underscore copy. Now I'll print the values from my list underscore copy. I'll say print my list underscore copy. Now my list underscore copy also having the same elements. Now when I run this code, it should print the same number of elements. Okay, so this is how we can just use list method to copy the element from one list to another list. And we also have another approach by using copy method. We can also do this. So this approach number 4, I'm just commenting this. So approach number 4, using copy method also we can do. So how we can use this copy method? Let me just again define this list of items. Now here I'll say my list underscore copy. This is a empty variable, and here what I say is my list variable dot, I'll say copy. This is a method. So what this method will do here is from my list, whatever elements we have, the copy method will copy all these elements into my list underscore copy variable. And now when I print my list underscore copy, it will print the same elements. Print my list underscore copy. It is exactly the same again. Now when I run this code, it will print the same copy of elements. So we can use copy method along with the name of the list, and the copy method will copy all the elements, store them into some other variable. This is also a list type of variable. And then I printed the new list variable. This is another approach, fourth approach. Now the fifth approach is a comprehensive list approach. Let me just comment it. Now fourth approach is using list comprehension. So for that we have to write a loop statement. So let me just define this list items. My list equal to, I have some of the items. So here what I can do is I can just write a statement like this. I'll define my list underscore copy. This is another variable, equal to, in the bracket, here I'll say I for I in my list. Let me show you how it is going to execute. So after that I will print my list underscore copy. So let's see how this is going to work. So this is called list comprehension. So what does it mean is, here I'll say I is a variable I have used, and this is a loop statement. So how it is exactly work is, for I in my list, what does it mean is, from this my list, it will capture the first element and store that into I. So it works like this. Let me just go through the flow. And from the my list, 4 is the first element. So from the my list, it will store 4 into this I. First 4 will be I. And again the 4 will be stored into I. And this 4 will be added to the my list. Now again second time it will get the 8 from this list and add to the I. 8 will be there. Now this I value again reassigned to the I, and this will be added to the copy, my list copy. And next time it will extract the 2 from the same my list and again added to the I. Now I value reassigned to the I. Now again the 2 will be added to the copy variable. So this will complete or repeat multiple times till it reaches the last element. Okay, so this is called list comprehension. Now we'll see after completion of this loop, this my list underscore copy will contains all the list items. Now let us print this. Right click, run clone on copy list. So now it is printed the same elements. Okay, so this is how we can use list comprehension approach. So to copy the list into some other variable, there are 5 approaches. We have slicing technique, we have an extend method, we can do using list method, we can do copy method, we can use list comprehension approach. Okay, so these are the 5 different approaches we have to copy the list into some other list variable. All right, so that's all for this video guys. Thanks for watching.